Hey there, how's it going?
Good.
Must have been
Sorry,
some,
we got done hitting late.
yeah, it must have been a good hit, huh?
Yeah, we just kept saying one more, one
One
more.
more, one more. There you go. That always happens.
Yes.
So anyway, I'll get in here and I'll do the introduction and we'll get into it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Hi and welcome to Tennis Volley Talk, another episode with Brian Danielson. Hey, today what I'm going to be doing, going to be talking over the phone, giving an over phone interview with a friend of mine that I've had on the podcast before, Rob Small. We tend to get into some good tennis conversation and stuff like that. So it should be pretty good. With that, thank you again for joining me on Tennis Volley Talk, Rob.
Absolutely, Brian. This is probably like my fourth time or fifth time, something like that. And it's always a pleasure to join you.
Well, it's always a pleasure being able to talk to you about that, all kinds of tennis stuff. So with this today, actually, kind of what we're going to be talking about a little bit is actually the Cincinnati tennis that has just been played today. The women's final is just being played right now, and it's been a close one so far. But right now, it looks odds-on favorite that Iga is going to pull it out over Jasmine Paolini. But today, what an odd event with the men's final. It looked like, all intents and purposes, it looked like it was going to be a great final between the two best guys on the tour today, Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, and it just Sinner ended up retiring. Just didn't feel good.
Yeah, it was, I was doing a couple things around the house, and all of a sudden I turned it on because I knew it started at around 2. And literally, as I turned it on, I hear the umpire say, Jannik Sinner cannot continue. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. Then I saw the score was 5-love, and he shook the umpire's hand, and I could just see, it looked in his face like the lights were on, but nobody was home. And I don't know if he had, a head cold or he ate something bad or whatever, but for Jannik Sinner to retire in a final against Carlos Alcaraz, it had to be something fairly serious, enough to make him not be himself.
Oh, that is correct. I mean, it had been something. And then plus, Alcaraz just kind of seemed to have like two real easy matches here. Against Zverev, that was actually ended up being sick too, but Zverev kind of finished, but still didn't give it too much of an effort because he wasn't feeling good. You could tell that. And then now Sinner today, it just kind of, and nobody of any of that caliber like Alcaraz, you don't want to win on something like that, but still you win.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what's Alcaraz supposed to do? Not accept the trophy? It's really tough. And Zverev looked like himself, at least for the first set.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was up 3-2 in the second set. And then you could really tell his game. I mean, he was up 3-2 and didn't win another game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Even against Alcaraz and Sinner, that's very unlike Zverev not to at least win, hold at least serve one time for the rest of the set.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very unfortunate. Yeah, definitely not the way anyone ever wants to win. You want to look back one day, and even if it's you or I playing at a local tournament in the final, you don't want to say, "Yeah, it was awesome. I got to the final, and the guy defaulted." It's just you want to say you had this epic match, and you grinded it out, and it was a triumphant victory. And unfortunately for Alcaraz, he didn't get that, and it was his first Cincinnati title, and it's unfortunate that's probably how he's going to remember it, but it is what it is, and it is survival of the fittest, and right now Alcaraz was the fittest.
Oh, absolutely. He's and right now going into the US Open, it's just like you almost figure that Sinner might have a little bit of a hard time going into the first rounds of it, but hopefully he feels okay and up and fit enough going into New York, which can be as hot as what Cincinnati is too. But Alcaraz right now seems to be odds-on favorite with winning the U.S. Open again.
Yeah, I honestly, a healthy Sinner, I think, is just he's so steady and consistent. And right now, he's by far the best player on the hard court. But yeah, Alcaraz. I mean, look at that though. The way that semifinal match finished was fairly easy. I mean, I think Zverev double faulted like 3 times in his last final service game.
Oh gosh,
and he was literally just gift wrapping him points.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then this one today, 5-love, and that's it.
That's it.
So, and Zverev plays tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that mixed doubles tournament at the U.S. Open that they're literally starting tomorrow, and I think he's going to be fresh as a daisy, and that's going to be really big.
Oh yeah.
At the tournament.
Oh sure.
And like you said though, I really hope Sinner can get healthy, and he's probably not going to play mixed doubles now, and you can't fault him for that.
Well, that's true too.
We want him healthy. Yeah, we want him healthy. We want to see those guys go at it, and go at it like Titans. We don't want to see somebody default or get sick or injured.
Oh no, we never do. We never want that. But with that too, yeah. Speaking of the mixed doubles here coming up, starting tomorrow actually for the U.S. Open. Now this is a different format with the doubles, because usually during the doubles of the U.S. Open, the mixed doubles is usually played in the midst of the later rounds of the singles then, and they put in mixed doubles along with the doubles, but then kind of get in the mixed doubles in there. So they kind of put it to the first part of the week, which is then for the Fan Appreciation Week, but it is also a paid event. So for those of you that are going to be at the U.S. Open Fan Appreciation this coming up week, then yeah, if you want to go watch the mixed doubles, go ahead and watch the mixed doubles. But it's going to be on kind of a different format than just regular doubles is too, because they're going to be playing like 4 games to a set, and then tie break on a third set if they have a third set. So it's a little bit of a different format, but yet I think people fan-wise is going to be a little bit more, kind of getting a little bit more of the tennis out there in front of people, so they would be more favorable to watch and go see. And it's going to be on ESPN, I think, in ESPN Plus or ESPN2 during the day starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing that they're doing. I think it puts more eyes on the mixed doubles, because in all honesty, who really watches the mixed doubles? I think that's one of the fewer, and they don't play mixed doubles except in an Olympic year. They play at the Olympics and then the 4 majors. So, it's really cool. And I play mixed doubles myself personally, and I love it. I think it's a cool mixture of opponents. And sometimes you wonder, like, what would, this amazing woman do against this guy, and then they kind of go at it. Like, I remember Federer and Serena Williams shared a court one time, and, they hit a few balls against each other and at each other, and it was really cool to see. So I'm glad that it's getting more eyes on it. I think it all starts at the round of 16. I wish it would be 32, just so we could see some more, solid teams in there. But, 16 is fine, and let them go at it. And it's right before the technical start of the U.S. Open, before the singles and doubles. And I think that that's great. And I think that people will be more fresh that want to play. And, because how many people in the past couldn't play because, I can't do it. I'm in singles. I got to focus on that. Or I'm in singles and doubles, or I'm in doubles, and it's kind of a grind. And, and I totally get it. And I think it's awesome. And it's a great way to get eyes on mixed doubles.
Oh, absolutely it is. And in general, just because then it's only that 2-day event, I think it's going to be at the finals. It's going to be actually, I think it's going to be regular sets and regular scoring with that in the final, just the final. But with that too, they're going to be splitting, instead of this year, $1 million for the win between the two. Last year was like 250,000 or something like that. But this year it's $1 million. So it's going to up the purse a little bit, kind of get the enticement of having the chance to get into there and do that and win $1 million.
Absolutely. that would make me play. Well, I would play anyway, but man, if you're talking some serious prize money on top of it, I think that's great. And I've looked at the field, and we can maybe break down some of the matches. But I see Swiatek, she's playing in the final right now at Cincinnati. Her doubles partner is Casper Ruud.
Oh yeah, and that's a good combination right there too, because both of them hit the ball real good.
Both of them are such good ball strikers. I think that'll be they got a pretty tough first round opponent though. Frances Tiafoe is one heck of a doubles player, and Madison Keys. I mean, she's got so much power.
Yes.
And now they only have to cover half the court, so
yeah.
we'll see.
That'll be a good match. I think it'll be a very good match between those two.
I think so too.
And everything, but yeah, you just have such a diverse field there too. Like Alcaraz playing with Raducanu, that's going to be a good little combination too.
I think it's hilarious, and I was telling Darren, my tennis partner that I just got off the court hitting with. They actually. The number one seed is Jack Draper and Jessica Pegula.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good team. Number one seed. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Your first round opponent is Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu.
Oh, boy.
So, good luck with that.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that. Oh, my goodness.
Some break the one seed gets. Usually the one seed's supposed to get like the easiest opponent first.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened, but that's kind of a screw job, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm all for it.
It is what it is. Oh my God. And then of all things, again, I'm going to be going to the US Open Fan Appreciation Week. I'm going to be leaving Wednesday. I'm going to be flying into LaGuardia again. And this year I'm going to be doing it a little different. I actually kind of got the lay of the land last year. So last year when I flew into LaGuardia, I took a cab, or I think it was a kind of a scam little thing. It cost me $80 to get to the hostel, whereupon I probably could have taken the shuttle free or bus free to the subway station, take the subway station to Brooklyn. I could have done that, but now I got the lay of the land. I'm going to be in Manhattan at the YMCA, kind of like another hostel is what it's going to be. And then it's going to be in Manhattan. It's at like 63rd Street or somewhere right there, and right about 50 yards away from Central Park, part of it, and probably about a 20-minute walk, and you can see the tennis courts at Central Park too.
Man, I know you did it last year, and you sent me some really cool photos of your trip to the U.S. and around New York in general. I was just there in early June, and of course, they don't do it the same way because nothing is really open. You can book court times. Yeah. But I'll tell you this: I can't wait to go back when the U.S. Open is going on.
Oh, sure. And that's going to be the most wonderful. Another aspect of it, though, too, because I got a little bit of the lay of the land now too. So getting on the subway, easy to get on, and just take the subway to the Grand Central Station Square, and boom, you're off. You're right at that lets you out. You go up the stairs, and you're right out at 42nd and Lexington Avenue, right in the middle of Manhattan.
See, that's awesome, and you learn the first time. Okay, you got scammed maybe for $80 and whatever else, but I'll tell you what, you won't let that happen again.
Oh heck no, because I kind of got the lay of the land with the subway, and like last year, I said it was just absolutely wonderful. Not a trouble on the subway at all.
That's great. Yeah, I think I think they're trying to make it easier and easier for people. I know sometimes the subway can be a crazy ride in itself, but. That's New York, and that's all a part of it. And I think it's cool. And yeah, you're living and learning, and I think it's great. And you'll have to give us some feedback when you get back about what you've learned, and how to do things maybe a little differently than the first time you went.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish I could have gone to Westside Tennis Club again this year, but the historian gal, she's going to be busy all week, and so. She's not going to be free until when I leave. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do that. But like I said, I might try to, head over and see the tennis courts at Central Park and see what that's all about. And maybe at that time, I might be able to talk to somebody around or get their phone number or something that I could give a phone call and interview with one of them about the, the story of Central Park and how the tennis courts became and all that, which would be kind of cool if I could find somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, there's always next year, and I know, and you're pretty good about getting some really good interviews and talking to people, and you're very persistent. So if you want to bat it up, it'll definitely happen.
Oh, it definitely will, and along with you YouTubers out there, just be sure and like and subscribe and comment on the podcast. And then also you podcasters out there, you're going to see Racket of the Day here coming up pretty soon. And then with that, be sure and like and subscribe and comment with that on the YouTube. And if you want to take a look at the racket that I'm going to talk about, it'll be go to my YouTube tennis podcast, Tennis Volley Talk too. But with that too, it's going to be so amazing with being able to just explore and have it a little bit more of a different experience with being in New York in a different place other than what I was familiar with and going to Brooklyn and being at the hostel there. It's a little different. It's a YMCA hostel kind of environment. YMCA is actually attached to it, the club YMCA, but they do have the cheaper rooms and group rooms like they have at hostels too.
Yeah, I think that'll be a little bit better experience for you. But even though you said the last one you got was just fine, but maybe this one is, I don't know, because Brooklyn sometimes it's pretty far from it's a far drive when you have all that traffic when you're trying to go to Queens and Flushing Meadows.
Absolutely. So that's why I just braved the subway and kept asking questions and felt like got on, personalized myself to people and passengers, and they were just so helpful. You just want to go down here, follow me, I'll take you there, and boom, boom, get on that train right there. Thank you so much. And it was just, people were just absolutely wonderful helping.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think New York gets a bad rap. There's a lot of good people there that are willing to, help you out, and, especially a first timer. And, it's really cool that they did that.
Oh, it is. It really is. And then I got a phone call that I'm going to make whenever I get there with I'm going to be going and looking at some tennis books from early 1700s that I called and interviewed a guy that was at a museum that actually, or art gallery is what it is really. And they have the rare books and have rare tennis books too. So I'll be going and taking a look at a couple of those books when I'm there too. And it's right in Manhattan, so not very far from where I'm going to be at.
Yeah, that's really cool. It sounds like you have a whole itinerary planned for your trip, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, and maybe along the way with a free day doing sightseeing, maybe go take the ferry to the Statue of Liberty, because I remember when I was there, when I was 5 years old, and I don't remember much. So it'll be kind of cool to go see that, and maybe, and go see Rockefeller Center, or where they have the Christmas tree, or where they do the ice skating. It'd be kind of cool to see too.
I would, try to pack as much as you can in the 3-4 days that you're there.
Oh, absolutely. It would be wonderful to be able to do that. And then with that too, but just so fun to be able to have this and enjoy the aspect of having this podcast, to be able to put that out there with everybody and let everybody know the experience of doing and having this podcast, and having people like you on my podcast that we can talk tennis very well together. And it just really feels fun to be able to do that also.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad that you're doing this. And, I think the more we do it, we'll keep reaching more people. And, I know in America, I was just talking again with my tennis partner, Darren. He, it's hard over here in the United States because there's so many sports, and, people get pulled into all these directions where, maybe in, England or something, there's cricket and soccer and tennis, and it's maybe there's not American football or basketball or baseball, it's just, there's so many sports here. But it's really cool though for the people, because people like us who love tennis, I think the popularity is going back up, but it's still not what it used to be like in the 70s and 80s, like you guys always talked about, where you couldn't find an open court.
Oh, that,
So,
yeah.
but to be able to talk now about it and, you know, reach other people and have them comment and, you know, kind of give their feedback and input, I think is great. So another thing I was going to say too is when you're down there, I just went with my wife Melanie last year, but I would suggest too, if you ever can, and you're in the New York area, especially for the U.S. Open, I would go to the 9/11 Memorial.
Oh yes, definitely. See, just take a look at it.
Yeah, it's you know, it's sad, but it's not there to like remind you of like the sadness and the pain that everybody went through. It's there to like honor the heroes that helped people. And, you know, I mean, there could have been 10, 20, 30 more thousand people that died that day, you know, if firefighters and first responders and police officers and, you know, paramedics didn't come in and rush to help people, and security guards and all kinds of amazing people. And they have so many artifacts in there that are so well kept and preserved. It's really it's an honor to be there, and I think they honored the people, the victims, well. But it's not just about the tragedy; it's about the heroism. You know,
absolutely.
And it just shows like the true New Yorkers and the true people from New Jersey, and you know all the people that came into the city to work that day. And you know, of course, they didn't know what was going to happen, but. If anybody's in there, you know, in the New York area, I think, and they haven't been there, I think you should, and just pay your respects and honor those people.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. And that's the way you should do it, though, too. So,
right.
So with that, it's just amazing in itself to be able to see that. But then, you know, depending on, you know, the timing, hopefully I got enough time to go see that with that. But, you know, with that here today, I got the Racket of the Week here. Racket of the Week is actually, it's not really actually doesn't have a brand name. Oh, I know. Here it is. It's a Wright-Ditzen racket from, and then Wright-Ditzen is actually one of the older, been started about in the early 1800s, made in the USA, started in New York, actually, I believe. Chicago, and had a shop in New York also. But Wright-Ditzen is one of the more major older foundation racket manufacturers in the USA of that. And it's actually the national racket is what it is. And the national racket is, well, probably kind of like what they would say back in the day, like a Davis racket. You had the Imperial Deluxe racket. So who knows, that could have been and I like the color. It's a gold, in gold, it says national, but it's in a very hard wood look, and it has a star on the handle of it here. But now it also has the ribbons, and the ribbons actually are synonymous with back in the day, in the 50s, 60s to the 70s, what they had is the ribbon on the old wood rackets were to kind of like support the racket head and make it stronger along with the handle holding it, just kind of support on the racket head. And they were synonymous with the rackets back then, and the wood rackets back in the 60s into the 70s. And then, of course, we have the little small racket strings that are on the racket here, which are right above and below the main string, the cross string, which are called trebling of the rackets, and they had the knot and smooth in it. But these strings actually started in the late 19th century, around in the 1870s, 1880s. But they lasted all the way up until about 1980. And then that's when they quit doing that. And the string job on this racket here is a very good, strong racket, very straight racket too. Kind of like you said, it's the wood look. It's kind of a tan look to it. Of course, it could be the age of it too. But the strings originally, these strings are probably the original from the manufacturer who actually strung it, and then it was strung up in the Wright-Ditzen or in a tennis shop somewhere, or a company, you know, sporting goods place someplace. And then and this is the original string that the manufacturer would put on it too. because it has the stripe on the strings, and that's very synonymous to an original string job back from the early days of the 30s or 40s and 50s and 60s. In the 30s, 20s, 30s, even earlier than that, you either had cowgut or catgut that were with the strings on the rackets back then. But yeah, this very nice racket, very good racket all the way around. So you podcasters out there, like, subscribe, and comment if you want to take a look at the racket that I'm telling everybody about here and showing. Go to my tennis volley talk on YouTube. You YouTubers, like, subscribe, and comment on that. So here, you just kind of learned a little bit more about a racket there, Rob.
I did. Yeah, I always learned something new, watching your podcasts, and it's pretty amazing the material that they had to work with and play back in the day. So it gives us much more of a respect for what we have today. I can tell you that much.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. And but I will definitely, and I'm probably odds-on favorites. Iga probably won, but you never know. But I'm kind of thinking that she did in the women's final, but I don't know yet. But I do appreciate you being on here for just a little bit for before I go to New York, and then I'll let you know whenever I get back and kind of what happened and all the ins and outs of what happened.
Sounds good, Brian. We can't wait to hear it.
All right. And I'll be probably sending you some pictures and videos too. So be ready for those.
I know last year you got to sit kind of courtside and watch like Djokovic and Tsitsipas and Sabalenka go through their hitting drills and their practice sessions. So that's really cool.
It was just unbelievable. It was just like literally just to have a fan experience like that, and to be only 5 rows from the side of the court to see them up close hitting the ball.
Unbelievable. And yeah, like when, even if some of those college players you watch them hit and you're like, man, these guys or gals are pretty good. And then all of a sudden you go watch them hit and you're like, wow, they're on a whole nother level.
They are on a just different infinitesimal level of timing and looking and tracking and just doing it, and how they've done that. Just unbelievable.
Absolutely. Well, you go have fun, and we can't wait to hear back.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Rob, and thank you very much for joining me on Tennis Volley Talk again.
Absolutely. You take care.
All right. You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Well, that was it. That was the interview there, and I think it was pretty good. It came out pretty good. So everybody, I'll be heading, like I said, to New York. So next week I'll do another podcast and let everybody know how it went and all the excitement that went on. And also then forgot to say that I'm going to be actually in the morning session of the first day of the U.S. Open, and going to be watching it live at Louis Armstrong Stadium. And I'm going to be able to go in there, but then I'll be able to go out and then see some of the show courts from then and see some of the players on the show court, take pictures then. So that'll be fun too. So everybody have a good week. If you're playing outside, get out there, keep on hitting, and I will do my best and keep on hitting myself. So everybody have a good week. Thank you.